A commercial jet is cruising at 38,000 feet. Suddenly, it begins descending. Fighter jets are scrambled. The pilot is locked out of the cockpit. And inside, a man calmly adjusts the controls, sending the aircraft straight toward the Alps. But he's not a hijacker. He's the co-pilot. Before we continue, take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss real stories that hit harder than fiction. March 24, 2015. A clear Tuesday morning in Barcelona. At El Prat Airport, Germanwings Flight 9525 is preparing for departure. It's a routine flight to Düsseldorf with 150 people on board, among them, 16 German high school students returning from an exchange program. Everything feels normal. The Airbus A320 lifts off into perfect skies. In the cockpit, Captain Patrick Sondenheimer is at the controls. Experienced. A father of two. Sitting next to him is 27-year-old First Officer Andreas Lubitz, young, quiet, ambitious. But behind Lubitz's quiet eyes lies a storm. 10 years earlier, in a small German town, a boy obsessed with flying took his first glider flight. By 20, Lubitz was accepted into Lufthansa's elite flight academy. His dream of flying seemed unstoppable until it hit turbulence. Mid-training, he was diagnosed with severe depression. He was grounded, but after treatment and therapy he returned under one strict condition. If his mental health relapsed, he'd be permanently disqualified. So, when the darkness returned, he hid it. Back in the sky, as Flight 9525 cruises over France, the captain steps out of the cockpit for a quick restroom break. Routine. He asks Lubitz to review approach charts. The door closes behind him. Inside, Lubitz flips the cockpit door switch from normal to lock. No one can enter. Not with a code. Not even with the emergency override. Then he dials the altitude selector down to just 100 feet. The autopilot obeys. The plane begins to descend. Air traffic control in Marseille spots the drop. Controllers call the cockpit. No reply. Other pilots try to make contact. Still no response. Fighter jets are scrambled. Outside the cockpit, the captain returns and enters the unlock code. Nothing happens. He knocks. Still nothing. He pounds. Pleads. Andreas, open the door. Nothing. Inside, Lubitz watches the surveillance camera as the captain desperately tries to get in. His expression doesn't change. The terrain warning blares. Pull up. Pull up. He does nothing. The captain finds an emergency axe. He swings with all his might. Metal slams against reinforced metal. His muscles burn. His voice cracks. Andreas, please. But Lubitz is silent, focused, unmoving. Through the windows, the Alps grow larger, closer. There's less than a minute left. 4 days before the crash, Lubitz had rehearsed this. On the flight from Düsseldorf to Barcelona, when the captain stepped out, Lubitz secretly played with the altitude settings. Down to 100 feet up to 49,000. Back to cruising altitude. No one noticed. It was just a test. This was the real thing. Doctors later revealed that Lubitz had seen over 40 specialists in the months before the crash. He experienced visual disturbances, hallucinations, and was showing signs of psychosis. One doctor wrote a note, "Unfit to fly." Lubitz never submitted it. He flew anyway. At 9:41 a.m., the Airbus A320 slammed into a remote mountain in the French Alps. All 150 people on board were killed instantly. 16 students. 2 teachers. Families. Musicians. Newlyweds. A world of lives, gone in minutes. Investigators found the cockpit voice recorder. No technical failure. No terrorist. Just one man breathing calmly. Then silence. In the aftermath, airlines around the world introduced the 2-person cockpit rule. If one pilot leaves, a crew member must step in. But over the years, many airlines quietly rolled it back. Mental health checks were reviewed. But the stigma remains. Pilots fear losing their careers more than asking for help. And in the silence of that fear, another tragedy could be one flight away. Germanwings 9525 never declared an emergency. But their silence became aviation's loudest alarm.